What is up, Z Nation, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 video. Today we're going to be talking about Amara's rush stacks. There's a lot of misconceptions surrounding this topic, and I will do my best to try and explain exactly how they work. So let's start off right here. Mystical Assaultry. Rush stacks revolve around these two skills, Do Harm and Violent Tapestry. There's also a class mod called Phaserker that gives you extra 5 rush stacks, but we can talk about that later. Let's talk about this first. Do Harm. This one gives you a rush stack every time you kill an enemy. 1 rush stack. And you can see here that you can get max 10 rush stacks. Okay, and once you activate your action skill, you consume all your rush stacks. So in theory, when you're playing, whenever you get 10 kills, you get 10 rush stacks, and that's all you can get. If you get 20 kills, you only have 10 rush stacks. Once you activate your action skill, 10 of them are consumed, and therefore, for every single rush stack, Amara's action skill is temporarily increased. So let's put a point there. There you go, current effect 0.9 per stack. So basically when I get 10 kills, I'll get 0.9 times 10. And that's basically the percentage you add to this action skill damage. Now let's talk about Violent Tapestry. Violent Tapestry works exactly the same way. You get rush stacks and they're consumed by your action skill. But this time around, you get a rush stack every single time you apply a status effect on someone. So every time you burn an enemy or electrocute them, anytime you see dot numbers on them, that means you have a stack of rush. And as you can see here, the max rush stacks is also 10. So in theory, once you apply a status effect 10 times, you get max rush stacks of 10. Here's the thing. The first misconception is that people think they're separate. People think that this can get 10 rush stacks and this can get 10 rush stacks. That's what people think. But what you actually see here, it says max rush stacks 10. That's just in general, because rush stacks are its own thing. These skills provide you with rush stacks, but rush stacks are actually their own thing. Here, let me show you. Okay, so the main misconception that people have is that they assume that Do Harm and Violent Tapestry are rush stacks. That these have their own rush stacks and these are their own rush stacks. And that's wrong. They are skills. They create rush stacks and then consume them. How do they create them? We already talked about that. This one by kills, this one by applying status effects. So right now, we're going to go ahead and test that out. We're going to go ahead and get a few kills, apply a few status effects and count them. Okay, so let's just put 1 point in each. Doesn't really matter how many we do for this test. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply a status effect on this guy. There we go. As you can see down there in the bottom of my XP bar, you can see there's a rush stack. That is a rush stack. Okay, so we apply another status effect. That's 2. You can see 2 rush stacks. Now let's get a kill. That adds up to 3. Then let's get 4. And we accidentally killed another one over here with an explosion. That's 5. And that's 6 rush stacks, okay? So that's how you get rush stacks, with kills and with status effects. Of course, as long as you have these 2 activated. By the way, I added the whole tree because the little tab to activate action skill was kind of pissing me off. Anyway, we got 6 rush stacks, and as you can see by these skills, it says that whenever you use your action skill, it consumes the rush stacks. So let's go ahead and consume those rush stacks by using our action skill. You see down there, they disappeared, but whatever. They're still there, they're just not showing. As you can see, they're there again. But down there you can see 6 Do Harm, 6 Violent Tapestry. Now they're gonna last for, it says right here, 20 seconds. Yeah, they're gonna be there for 20 seconds, and they have consumed 6 rush stacks. So what people think is that whenever they see Do Harm times 5, that means that they have 5 rush stacks of Do Harm. That's not the case. It means that you consumed 5 rush stacks. So for every rush stack consumed, you get this percentage added to your action skill damage, and over here you get this percentage added to the effect chance. Another misconception that people have about these 2 skills is, since it says right here that max rush stacks of 10, people think that that's the max that you can have of do harm. As you can see right here, we have times 6. They assume that the max we can have is times 10. That's completely not the case. What you see down there is the amount that you consumed. So essentially, you can consume as many as you want. For this, I'm going to use a Phaserker mod. If you guys don't know what it is, that's a class mod that gives you 5 extra rush stacks. And not only that, but as soon as you activate your action skill, your max rush stacks are gained. So since we have 10 rush stacks in total that we can get, that's the max, we also get 5 from here, so that's 15 in total. So every time we activate our action skill, we should get 15 rush stacks pop up at the bottom of the screen. But they decay over time. It's not like whenever you get them naturally from kills and status effects, those don't disappear. They just stay there until you activate your action skill. In this case, since they just automatically activate by activating your action skill, they decay over time just to balance it out. Anyway, what we're going to do now is go ahead and activate our action skill so we can have those 15 at the bottom and then consume them by activating our action skill again. Let's go ahead and try that. So, as you can see, we're here. We're going to activate our action skill and you should see a 15. There you go, 15 rush stacks. Now, there's 14. They're decaying. You see that? 13, 12. Activate our action skill. They get consumed by do harm and violent tapestry. Now let's just consume those again. Oh, times 24? Wow! Do it again, times 38. So essentially, you can get times 99 rush stacks consumed. So that's a misconception people have. People assume that you can only get 10, but no, you can get as many as you consume. And finally, I'm going to talk about one more misconception that literally baffles me whenever people talk about this in their build guides and build videos. Another perk that the Phaserker gives you is that you gain 3% weapon damage and 10% action skill cooldown rate based on the number of rush stacks. Keyword, rush stacks. And I swear, whenever I see a build video saying, oh my god, I'm gonna get 66 plus 54 plus 54 plus 12 times 3%. No. Max 15. That's it. So whatever I have there times 10, it's going to be 9 times 3. That's going to be what? 27% extra weapon damage. As long as I have the rush stacks down here at the bottom. If they disappear, well, basically I get no bonus. So yeah, that's how that works. I hope I cleared it up for some of you because I know a lot of people were confused about this, including myself, I'm not going to lie. I was so confused about it when I first started messing around with Amara's tree, but now that I have experience, I even tested damage. That's how I found out. I tested damage, all of that, and indeed, whenever you get times 99 consumed, you do more damage with your action skill. I've tried it. I did like 21k to one of the bosses, and it wasn't the element that was strongest against them. So, and I wasn't even hitting critical hits. I was going straight for body shot just so I can kind of test exactly. And there was a difference between times 99 and times 15 and times 30 and times 50. I tested everything. And yeah, there is a difference. So I tested a lot of things, figured stuff out. And yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys just in case anyone was confused. Or if you're watching old build videos and you're confused because they confuse you. So hopefully this clears it up for you. That's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.